This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Oh, you didn't know? I'm back on the big time. This is Big Tyme Rants, which is going to be episode 75. Coming at you. Yes, I still got the Murder Hot Monster sitting on the background here. Mad respect to Murder Hot Monster. If you've seen my little shout out video, we had a little interaction. But today we're going to cover The Rock and the final boss statements. Does WWE see surge tickets into Chicago? Why were Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli left out of the AEW Tag Team Tournament? We talk about Sting receiving a high honor within the Cauliflower Alley Club. Britt Baker and her issues with Mercedes Mone. Is it legit or is it just work? Dakota Kai reveals a WrestleMania partner she wants or opponent she wants, and The Undertaker reflects on Owen Hart. Lots of stuff. We're going to talk all about it right here on the Big Tyme Rants. Come back, join me right after this. The Big Time, this is Big Tyme Rants, episode 75. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. We're going to get into it. We're going to get directly into it. Of course, as you see, as I said, Lance Archer, the Murder Hot Monster, still on my background here. Great interaction with him on X, Twitter, whatever it's freaking called these days. And it brings me to this. If you're an independent wrestling wrestler or a major wrestler or a wrestler of any caliber, anybody within the wrestling business that would like to help a small channel like ours right here at the Value Wrestling help grow, maybe come on the air, do a shout out. Maybe you come on and maybe help us out with an interview. We are very open to that. You can reach us at the Value of Wrestling at gmail.com. That is the place to reach out to us. Send us an email, tell us what that'll take. We are a small channel. We do not make any money off this channel right now, and we don't have a lot to spend. So if you're willing to help us out, because we are small, as you can see, if you're watching this video, then you know. But we are looking for independent wrestlers of any type, anybody involved in the wrestling business that would like an opportunity to come talk on the air, get their story out there, to do an interview, maybe give us a shout out. We much like it. Lance Archer, if you're watching, can we get a shout out? Can maybe we get hooked up with an interview? We love it. ValueWrestling.com, ValueWrestling@gmail.com. Send us an email, shoot us what it would take to get you on air. Tell us what the schedule's free. We will work with you. We want to do this, and we want to bring it to the fans, because that's the most important thing, is bringing new content to the fans and bringing some live interviews. It would be really, really fun and awesome to do. Can't wait to see how that plays out. So reach out to us, valuewrestling@gmail.com. In the news this week, it looks like Booker T is out stirring the pot again. Recently, he had an issue supposedly with CM Punk that got blown up and out of content. The Rock's current heel, and we're going to talk about The Rock and Booker T. The Rock's current heel persona seamlessly with his Hollywood charisma. Okay, get out of my way for a minute. There we go. With the attitude he exhibited in the late 90s, captivating fans with his dynamic character, he has also been calling himself the final boss. Lately, and it appears he has been accused of stealing that particular moniker. In recent weeks, Rock has assured himself as the final boss in the lead up to the highly anticipated showdown at WrestleMania Night 1, where he and Roman Reigns will take on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in a high-stakes tag team match. Furthermore, the Great One has taken the opportunity to verbally dismantle Rhodes and his family and tell the world he is the final boss. Well, speaking on the Hall of Fame podcast, Brad Gilmore pointed out to Booker T that The Rock is calling himself the final boss and it is a gimmick infringement. Booker T expressed his feelings regarding The Rock's recent actions, suggesting that in the past he would have received a phone call about such matters. However, this time no call was made, implying that The Rock may feel empowered to act as he pleases due to his position on directors. And I quote, Booker T said, "Last time, something like that went down, they gave me a phone call. What I mean, it is cool. This time they didn't give me, is it cool this time they didn't give me a phone call, give me a call on us? The Rock, though, he feels like, since he's on the board, he can do what he wants. He pretty much do what he wants to do. I mean, but we gotta have to check his butt. says Booker T. A lawsuit might be coming. I just gonna have to do that. Look here, we can settle out of court. We ain't got to get there. You know what I mean? We ain't even got to get there. Let's talk about it. So Booker T saying that The Rock using the Final Boss moniker is gimmick infringement. We'll have to see where this goes. If anything, of course, Booker T last reported with CM Punk an issue and a confrontation supposedly that happened backstage, but didn't really happen backstage. It got more speculated, blown up on the internet. But speaking of CM Punk expected to be at the Monday Night Raw on March 25th, this coming Monday on Raw in Chicago. He is going to be there. Ticket sales were doing really good. We also know on the show, Ricochet will take on JD McDonough. Andrade is supposed to be there. Avinaya versus Candice Ray, and a CM Punk presence will be felt. Initially, the tickets were at 11,859 as of March 5th. WWE rearranged things after a big sellout or an attendance of 17,102 at Survivor Series. They rearranged things and opened another several seats, selling 2,632 tickets with 531 tickets remaining. At Wrestle Tickets, the setup is now current for 15,022 people. Tickets distributed are 14,491 with 531 tickets left to go before this weekend, as it was as of the date or time on this, so I don't know. This was on the 20th at 1 p.m. There was still 531 tickets for the show. CM Punk being introduced to be a part of that show, bringing a lot of eyes to it and helping ticket sales grow. Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, what was the reason they were left off the AEW Tag Team Tournament? What is going on there? Why are they not involved in the Tag Team Tournament? A lot of people asking, a lot of people wondering. Dave Meltzer said on the Wrestling Observer Radio that AEW revealed they didn't really have a reason. There was no real reason that Moxley and Castagnoli were not added to this when teams like FTR, the Don Callis family, Best Friends, the Undisputed Kingdom, the Young Bucks, Private Party, Top Flight, the House of Black, and FTR were all included in this. But there's no sign of the Blackpool Combat Club, and Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley were just recently made to be like a stellar tag team. It looked like they were going to get into the tag team title tournament or the tag team title brackets. They were going to get into the tag team and make their names, and they weren't on this. And Meltzer says on the Wrestling Observer Radio, he asked them, and they said they had no reason. So we'll have to see if Tony Khan can correct this. What's going to happen there? We'll stay tuned to that. But right now, Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, I swear I can talk, I promise you, not included in the tag team tournament. The VCC left out. The Undertaker reflects on his thoughts in a recent interview on the tragedy of the passing of Owen Hart at Over the Edge 1999. And The Undertaker had this to say. He said, "Wow, man, it was such an interesting time period. We were all grinding, just trying to do the best that we could, but trying to process the information that somebody just passed away due to some, whatever, the rigging accident. A guy that you spent tons of time with, seen every day for years, and you just losing. 1 minute he's there, then the next he's not. Then you have to go out and put the pieces together and try to perform. It was probably one of the most difficult, definitely mentally one of the toughest days I think I've ever had." He goes on to say, although we'd already been told, it was kind of like you still didn't believe it. When we came back, we were hoping that something miraculous had happened, and it wasn't true. It was such a tough night. Hindsight being 2020, we should have stopped the show. But you also have an arena full of people too. So what to do? The Undertaker reflecting on that time period in an interview. Send our condolences, starts some prayers out to the Owen Hart family. Tragic event. Sting set to receive Coldflower Alley Club's highest honor in August. The Coldflower Alley Club has revealed that the legendary Sting is the recipient of the prestigious 2024 Iron Mike Mazurki Award. The honor recognizes Sting's outstanding contribution to the professional wrestling and solidifies his status as one of the industry's most iconic wrestlers. Sting's journey in professional wrestling have been nothing short of remarkable. From his early days as part of the Blade Runners to its ascension as the face of WCW in the golden era, his career has been defined by unparalleled charisma and unwavering dedication. He has memorable runs in TNA, AEW, and WWE. Sting's impact on the sport is truly legendary. He'll be receiving this award on August 19th. It'll go through August 19th to August 21st at the Plaza Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the 58th annual CAC Awards. The Coldflower Alley Club Union is scheduled those dates. So if you're going to be in Las Vegas, maybe you'll get an option to attend it. I don't know. Congratulations, King. Dakota Kai reveals a surprising name for the WrestleMania Showdown. Dakota Kai was recently doing an interview with 97.7 QLZ. It doesn't tell me where they're located or where they broadcast out of, but she recently had a singles match with Bayley on SmackDown, and she went on to say this in her interview. I know we just had a match on Friday, but Bayley has been part of my wrestling career even before I was in the company. We've known each other for 10 years. She has had a big part to play, obviously, with my time in the company and my coming back. I think there's a lot of history there, and it would be really special for us to have that moment. It could be any capacity. If it was WrestleMania, that would be insane, but anything at all, that would be a really special fairy tale story for us. Our paths are intertwined. We're going to have to do something at some. We know that Bayley will be facing Io Sky for the women's championship at WrestleMania 40 this year, but could there be a future WrestleMania moment for Dakota Kai and Bayley? We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Can't wait to see that. Good luck to both of them. We are excited to see that in the future of wrestling as we move forward. In the final news, big news. Britt Baker reacts to real life heat with Mercedes Mone. Are Britt Baker and Mercedes Mone at heat? Of course, Mercedes Mone recently debuted at AEW Business, garnered significant attention with the former WWE star introducing herself as the CEO, turning her attention to make an impact in the women's division AEW, and appeared on Dynamite. Renee declared her mission to elevate the company to a global scale and make a women's evolution on a global scale. However, in the midst of her arrival, Dave Meltzer has reported that the matter has sparked speculation and discussion amongst fans. In response to a fan's comment, the alleged report at the AEW, the former AEW's women's division or women's champion, my bad, your fault, Britt Baker was said that she was the source that went to Meltzer, reporting that there was issues in a report that had surfaced on the internet, especially on Twitter, to Dave Meltzer, which is right here. I'm pulling it up. Dave Meltzer is reporting that there are women backstage at AEW who are unhappy about the amount of money Tony Khan is paying Mercedes Mone simply because of her name. Their eternal belief is that women who have been there since day one and have shed blood for this company, helped build it, aren't getting even 10% of what Mercedes Mone is getting paid. Meltzer also reported that there are AEW hires up who are not impressed with Mone's comments regarding her certainty of heading back to WWE one day, but just weeks after her signing. So there is that going around, and there is clamoring that Britt Baker was the one that went and reported this to Dave Meltzer. But Britt Baker came out to the social media report, and she vehemently denied any real life heat with Mone and dismissed the report as fake. Baker's blunt response by addressing the fans made it clear that there was no animosity between her and Mone. Britt Baker went on to post to the comment, "This is a fake post, but Facebook post, you dumb effers. Excuse my language, strips. You can all post your apologies in the comments below." While Baker's clarification effectively debunks the rumors of tension between her and Stephanie Mone, there's still a lot of clamoring to see Baker and Mone in the future, to see this feud take off, and a lot of talk here. Now, we did report here that supposedly Mercedes Mone was making $10 million a year, $5 million a year. Lots of reports. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows the fine details, and that's fine. It doesn't need to really be known. Are there women that are maybe upset that Mercedes Mone is getting paid more money than them? I don't know. I'm not in that locker room. Not really my place to get into those details. If there was some report that went out there, I might mention it. But the overall arc here is, let's let the women wrestlers do what they do in the ring and quit worrying about the backstage shenanigans. Britt Baker's an amazing talent. We are dying to see her back in the ring. Why she hasn't been used, I don't know if she's still injured. I don't see any information that really clarifies what the status of Britt Baker is as of today. But I am truly excited to see Britt Baker and Mercedes Mone get into action, get to see them in the ring, get to see them dance, get to see them put on the magic to show the artistry. Mercedes Mone's intro into AEW hasn't been great. You can go watch our AEW Dynamite review last night. Yeah, we felt about that. We're hoping it gets better, and hopefully with somebody like Britt Baker coming into the picture, maybe this will help elevate the game. What is going on? It does not look like there's any heat, according to Britt Baker, between her and Mercedes Mone. She's come out and squashed that. She just wants to be here. We want Mercedes Mone in AEW, and we definitely want to see the return of Britt Baker. We are big fans here on the Value Wrestling and Britt Baker. We are excited to see what she's going to do when she makes a return. Will she run into Mercedes Mone? It's just a time to wait, and we will have to see how that all plays out. But time will only tell on those things. But it doesn't look like there's any animosity. The report that came out that said this is going on is pretty much been squashed, at least by Baker. So we'll have to see what is coming. Anyways, I am the Big Time. This has been Big Tyme Rants, episode 75. I thank you for being here. If you've joined this and watched us, taking time out of your busy day to sit here and listen to me, make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Let's get as many likes on this video as we can. It helps us. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so whenever new content, whenever we go live come up, you'll be notified, because we will be live tomorrow night after SmackDown with your post-show review. Always new content posted, always new stuff coming out, so you always want to be alert about what's going on there. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We are growing, we are moving along. Like we always say, we are not pretenders, we are contenders in the IWC. We are here to be taken seriously. We're going to climb to the top of this mountain, and we're going to stand tall, and we are going to be one of the best wrestling podcasters out there. So you can get on that bandwagon now. Join us, help us promote it. Again, if you want to reach out to us, valuewrestling@gmail.com. We are looking for anybody in the professional wrestling world, whether it be independent scenes or the big scenes, whether it be somebody like a Britt Baker, a Lance Archer, or a AJ Kirsch, any of these names at any level. We are just wanting to get connected and get people on here to bring new content to the fans. That's what it's all about. Helping out. We are a very small YouTube, and I know that, but we are working on growing, and we are going to be something that the world's going to be talking about someday. I guarantee. This is the Value of Wrestling. This is Big Tyme Rants on the Big Time. Let me get out of here. Say goodbye. Fair adieu until the next one.